Hey everyone, you can see my desk is full of scraps from projects I've been working on, and so I've decided to do the most relaxing thing other than painting. I love painting cardboard packaging, but this is a pretty good one too. I'm going to make a masterboard, a Christmas masterboard out of this packaging. Of course, it's just a Funyuns box. I've cut off all the flaps, which of course I kept so that I could paint those and make little files, like profile folders and different things for ephemera. But today I'm going to focus on getting rid of some of my Christmas scraps. And I thought I would use a little bit of this faux rice paper too. And maybe got some book page. And maybe some of these, more neutral color scraps. So I'm just going to grab out some of my Christmas scraps here. And play around. I'm going to not be too picky and try not to think about it. I'm going to dig down deep. There we go. Ooh, there's some tags. Little strips. That didn't really make a dent in it, but maybe it'll make me feel better once we're done, huh? Okay, so I'm just going to use, and I'm doing this on the raw side versus the printed side because it's kind of slick, and I don't feel like doing the whole gesso thing. I will end up backing these with tea-dyed paper anyway, of some sort of paper, so there's really, no point in messing with it too much. So I'm just going to start laying down some glue stick and some random paper here. And there is a seam on this, as you can, I don't know if you can see it, but the reason I left it versus cutting it apart is I think this is a good size for journaling cards and such. So I've kept that. I think that's a nice size. So I've kept it to just make things like that out of. You can really go through the glue stick when you're doing this. And I know this is nothing original or new or nothing mind-blowing. It's just a relaxing little project that I like to do. Plus, it really does create a lot of good ephemera for you, or backgrounds for ephemera, I should say. That's some really brittle book page here that really doesn't have any other purpose than to be collage paper. That's its goal in life. I'm sure of it. When I fold it up to try to glue underneath it, it breaks. Got some tea-dyed paper too. Might as well, little strips of that I had left over. I probably have some scrap music page somewhere. I ought to grab that, shouldn't I? A lot of people do theirs more like a jigsaw puzzle where they don't overlap a lot. And honestly, I think that works the best. I like to use some that are plain like these because I do some stamping as well. I think it's better not to layer as much. You don't have to worry about pieces coming up. A lot of these pages are tea-dyed too, so I think I'll take advantage of that and use some of it without the Christmas side. Grabbed a lot of blue out, and I don't really want any blue. Okay, so we got one done. Got some blank spots. I love that because, like I said, I'm going to do some stamping. So let's finish this next one. Okay, so here they are. They do not look great, but that's okay. First thing I'm going to do is cut them down. I'm going to cut where that seam is. And I'm turning them over because I want to be surprised at what I get. So I'm just going to first, like I said, cut this seam. That's definitely, I know I have to cut there. And then I'm just going to cut about every, well, actually, I think I'm going to trim around them first so that I can for sure get straight edges. Okay, so for these, I think I like I said, I think they're nice writing spots. And they're 10 inches, so I'm going to cut them down to 5 a piece. I'll have 2. Maybe I'll do these in, I'll do a 5-inch, and then I'll do 2 at 2.5. And these are about 10 by 9.5. I think I'll just start cutting. Just whatever looks good to me. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see what we have. Need to trim a little bit more, it looks like. That's a pretty one. This one's probably going to need a little stamping. Ooh, that's all music. That'll need some stamping. Pretty. And as you can see, I decided not to cover the whole back because it was a lot of gluing. So I decided, well, I'll just glue on as I use them. Which I don't know if that was the right way to do it or not, but that's how I'm going to do it. So I have lots of goodies here. How many did I get? 15. 15 writing spots out of the Funyun box. Not to mention the flaps that I'll make something out of later. So I have my little Christmas stamps here. And I'm going to, I think, think I'm gonna just stamp some things real quick before I start gluing on some of the ephemera. Maybe that's the wrong way to go about it. I don't know. Maybe I should be putting my ephemera on first. So I've got my typewriter here. I love this one. Got to put that on my music page. Pretty. I put one on this one. Just doing some random stamping to kind of break up some of the, you know, blank spots. Oh, I forgot these two. So I have 17 pieces. 17 pieces, not 15. Okay, let's start putting some of these together. I can always stamp more later if I decide to. But you know what? I think I need to do at least one or two with some red and green. I said I wasn't going to, but I've changed my mind. Yeah, I don't really notice those as much. Let's do a green one. It's very subtle, but it's pretty. All right, so let's take a few of these and add some other things. I like this big one, so let's do something with him first. I don't know why I feel like I want these numbers here. Oddly, I also feel like I want some paint splatters, because, you know, there's always paint splatters on your Christmas stuff, right? No, that's not right. But I'm doing it anyway. Maybe you were redecorating at Christmas. That's not showing up very well. I get a different color of green. Try this library green. Ooh, I like that. Maybe I need some red too. Ooh, I love that. Isn't it cute? Yeah, that's what we need. I'm going to stamp a number on this and ink around them. And I know there's not a whole lot. I know there's not a whole lot happening, but it's just a really cool flat piece of ephemera. It's got a lot of stamping. I really, I think this is what I want to do, because I'll probably end up sewing around it too. Cute. Let's do another one of maybe different size ones here. We'll do two like this. Doesn't he look dapper? I like that. Ooh, look at this little fella. I like him. He's a cutie. think I need to do some stamping in there. So what about this fella? I like him right there. Ooh, I like these little green postage stamps too. I might put those over here. Well, I'm going to glue this down and then see what happens. Alright, I'm just going to glue stuff down. I can't get happy in my mind, so... So there's that one. I don't know if I love it or not, but there it is. And here's this little fella. And I feel like he's probably standing up on this stamp that I put down. And again, I'm not going to be as particular. I'm just gluing. So I'm going to round the corners on this one too. I could have made some of them like tags, but I just felt like I wanted writing spots. And this one's got a little snaggle at the top here, and I like that. I think it added even more to it. I'm going to ink around them. I'm going to glue some packing paper on the back. Changed my mind. Had some of this tea-dye paper laying here, so that's what I'm going to use. I think I'm just going to use my glue stick because I'm going to sew around these. So I think I'm just going to use my glue stick. Okay, here they are. I got a little sidetracked. I went away to sew around them, which I did. I've sewn around them. This one would be a little hard to write too much on the back because I did a lot of crazy sewing. But I also added some tabs, I stamped some fabric and did some little eyelets. You know, if you're not liking something, I've noticed, stamp it or add an eyelet. It always works. And on this one, I did a little stamping to some muslin, put on some colored muslin that's a little bit hard to see. That's not muslin, that was a doily that I'd colored. And just a strip of muslin, sewed around it, added a couple eyelets. I don't like these eyelets. I don't know where I got them, but see how they just break all to pieces no matter what I do. And I don't know a good way to, I guess, just hammer them down. I'm always worried somebody will catch on that, so I don't use them that often, but I love that color. And here's the last one. Did a little crazy sewing, of course, all the way around. And this one I added an eyelet, of course, but then I added that faux rice paper flower I had made, And I just added a doily piece onto the back of it and stuck the brad through so that whatever journal I add these to, I'm thinking they're going to go in those Christmas journals. You know, then you have all these pieces you can play with in your journal. And I thought those turned out really pretty. So I hope you like this. I know it was kind of a, you know, fast and furious kind of video because you didn't see a lot. And the main reason I don't show a whole lot of me actually putting the decorations on is because I'm so darn slow at it. I can't make up my mind. I just change and change and change. But, and again, like I say, I know I don't do a masterboard like you're supposed to, but I do love them. I love how they turned out. I love the stamping. I think that, you know, those splatters, even though you don't really see them that much, I really think they added to each piece. So, I hope that you'll maybe this inspired you to make some masterboards and create some Christmas ephemera. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.